morning. Welcome to my channel. What's up? As you can see, we're in my kitchen and we're about to make a main dish, 3 side dishes, and a dessert. If you want to see how to feed 8 people under $35, then you need to keep watching. If you are new here and you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber already, hello and thank you. I have planned for you a lovely basil lemon salmon, garlic sauteed mushrooms, coconut lemongrass couscous, and some oven roasted honey cinnamon sweet potatoes. And you can hear my dog growling in the back. I apologize. Okay. And for dessert, I have planned a strawberry frozen yogurt with some little toppings. I probably know what you're thinking. There is no way that I can make this dish.
There is no way I can make this dish.
Yes, there is, because I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks and you literally cannot mess it up. Okay? So we are going to start with the dessert, and that way it can be chilling while we are working like a villain. For the strawberry frozen yogurt, you're going to need some fresh strawberries, some frozen strawberries, vanilla Greek yogurt, lemon juice. You can use any sweetener that you want, but for my preference, I'm gonna use like a 0-calorie sweetener, but you could use sugar, you could use brown sugar, whatever you wanna do. But this is called Skinny Syrups, and I actually got this from TJ Maxx and it was like $4. And I just put a little bit in there and it works like a charm. And you also need a blender. So the first thing that we're gonna do is mix this up and just plop it right in this blender. All right, that looks about good. Strawberry. I'm gonna take some frozen strawberries and place them down in the blender. Take a splash of lemon juice, a splash of my syrup, and I'm actually gonna use coconut milk also. Man, that looks good. So now we're just gonna blend all of this up until it's smooth. Now for the best part. Get a little test. That is delicious. I'm gonna cut up a few of these strawberries and that's just gonna be mixed into it. So when, you know, normal ice cream, you've got little chunks of strawberries in it. So that's just what I'm gonna do with these. Chop them up, put them in a bowl, and then fold them into this mixture. So we have our smoothie mixture, and I have a cup and a third-ish of chopped strawberries. This is a plastic container from IKEA. Unplug it, it's important. I'm just gonna take these strawberries and put them right in the blender after I have taken the blade out. And now I'm just gonna kind of fold those in, just like this. Now, as you can see, it's got little strawberries in it. Very carefully pour this into this container. Put the lid on it, and I'm gonna pop this in the freezer, and it'll be ready to go after we eat dinner. The next thing that you're gonna wanna do is put your hair up, girl, because you don't want hairs in your food. Okay, I forgot to mention that it doesn't matter what kind of milk that you use also. Just like the sweetener, you could use whole milk, soy milk, or almond milk, or skim milk, whatever your heart desires. The next thing that we are moving on to is the roasted sweet potatoes. Sweet potato time, sweet potato time, sweet potato time. For the sweet potatoes, you're going to want about a medium-sized pan that you have covered in aluminum foil. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're gonna wanna bake these for about 40-45 minutes-ish so they get really soft. You're gonna wanna do these right after you do the dessert because they're gonna take the longest. I have 4 sweet potatoes here. You're gonna need some cinnamon, olive oil, honey, and a mixing bowl. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is peel and dice the potatoes and place them in this bowl, and then I'll check back in with you. Sweet potatoes are not the easiest to cut, so please make sure that you're really, really careful when you're chopping these up. That is quite a load of potatoes. What I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna drizzle. That was probably like 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. I'm also gonna drizzle quite a bit of honey. That's probably about 1/2 a cup at least. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle some cinnamon over them. Now I really like cinnamon, so I put a lot, but you don't have to put that much. This is where you wanna make sure your hands are clean, but you're just going to dig in this bowl and mix everything up until it's evenly coated. That looks about good. I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be right back. We moved to the other side, so now I'm just gonna take all these potatoes, shake them out onto this pan, and then I'm just gonna use a spatula to make them one even layer. Now we're gonna pop these in the oven for about 42 minutes. Now we're gonna work on the salmon. I bought this giant family-size salmon because I want to make this meal last. You're gonna need some garlic cloves, salt and pepper, about 3 lemons, lemon juice, butter. You can either use fresh basil or you can use dried basil, but I actually found it's a stir-in paste. That's the kind of basil that I'm gonna be using. First things first, you're gonna wanna cut up your butter and you're gonna want to put it in the microwave to melt it. Now that my butter is melted, roughly chopped about 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm just gonna put that right in there. We're then gonna do some salt, pepper, a little splash of lemon juice, and then some basil. I'm gonna take this little silicone brush and I'm just gonna mix all that up. That looks about good. It smells delish. Now we have a larger pan and lay 1 piece across just like that. And now to prepare the salmon. A little kitchen tip: paper plates and kitchen scissors are your best friend. I'm just gonna cut this off and I'm just going to slide these scissors around the plastic. Just like this, so it's nice and open. I'm not gonna throw away this because this is gonna kind of be like the cutting board right now. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up this fillet and slice it with my kitchen scissors. Just like that. Now I'm gonna rinse this off and lay them on this plate. All the salmon now has been filleted. Now I'm just gonna take some Pam spray and spray that aluminum foil we laid on the pan. I'm just gonna pat these fillets off and lay them right on the aluminum foil. I completely forgot to hit record. I apologize. So all I did was get the brush and the mixture and brush it on top of each fillet. And then I sliced the lemons and I put 1 slice on each fillet. Let's get another piece of aluminum foil and cover this up. And then you're going to fold it together like a giant packet. The next dish that we're gonna work on is the garlic sauteed mushrooms. And so I just picked up a pack of portobello mushrooms at the store. I'm gonna get this butter and a little bit of olive oil melting together. I've let the garlic pieces roast just a little bit. And now I'm gonna pour those mushrooms in there. Yay, the sweet potatoes are finished. You're gonna wanna knock the temperature down to $3.75 for the salmon. These look delicious. And these mushrooms are looking really nice. The salmon is going to go into the oven for 15 minutes. That's it. Don't touch it. 15 minutes. The final thing that we are cooking this evening is this wonderful quinoa blend. It is coconut chili lemongrass. So all the directions say to do for this is bring 1 3/4 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and the quinoa to a boil, reduce heat to medium, add all the contents of spice packet, mix well, boil gently for 14 to 17 minutes, stirring occasionally until water is absorbed. Cover and remove from heat. Okay. This quinoa and brown rice mix is now at a boil. So it tells you to reduce the heat to medium, stir in this seasoning packet. Now it says to boil gently for 14 to 17 minutes, stirring occasionally until all the water is absorbed. The salmon has about 30 seconds left, and all I'm going to do after it is done is I'm going to take the top foil off, and then I'm going to place it back on broil for about 5 to 7 minutes. Literally flaking apart. This is the best salmon in the world. That dinner was delicious, and I am so excited for the desserts. Oh my gosh. I scooped some out, and now I'm going to take some granola and just sprinkle it over the top. Just a very little bit, just for a little bit of crunch. Finally, the part that you guys have all been waiting for, the price. It's probably hard to believe that everything that I used was less than $35. But I went ahead and wrote out the prices for you. Everything that I used today is from Aldi. That's why you need to shop at Aldi. So starting out with the salmon was the majority of the cost, and it was $19.69. The lemons that I used were $1.16. The basil paste that I used was approximately $1. Garlic cloves that I used today was 10 cents. The butter was 75 cents. Those sweet potatoes were about $1.19. The honey that I used was about 38 cents. The quinoa blend that I bought was $2.29. The frozen strawberries were $2.29. The fresh strawberries that I used were about 75 cents. The coconut milk that I used was about 30 cents. That when you add that all up together, it is, I didn't write the total on here, but it's less than $30. And if it's a little bit more, that's because I included the dessert. But here's the kicker. This is something that I want everyone here to understand. It's already mind-blowing knowing that this entire meal was less than $35, because at a restaurant, for the same portion size that I gave myself, you would pay at least $35, right? But here is the kicker. I also have 6 meals prepped for the week. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a gourmet meal for less than $35. Boom! If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed yet, then you are missing out, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below of what you think of this meal and if you're gonna try it, and if you do, let me know how it goes. Also, if you have any other suggestions that you would like to see me cook in the future for you guys, just leave them in the comments. I hope you have a fabulous evening, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!